obviously Premier League action tonight. West Ham, they cruised past Leicester 2-0.
Yep.
Job well done for Graham Potter, but Leicester, mate. Come on.
I don't know what to say, really, because I watched my mob beat up. I said the other day that it's a little bit like a boxer that's had an injury for a couple of years and wants to fight a bum, and you need a knockout. That's what Southampton are, that's what Leicester are. They're one of those teams. Come on, turn up. Work out on you for 90 minutes.
Just give them a bashing.
Yeah, build your confidence. I mean, I don't know what West Ham fans thought of Leicester, but the game I saw tonight, I thought Leicester were a disgrace. And I don't know who to blame. Is it the league because the rest of them are so strong? I mean, even Wolves, right? They're not brilliant, but they're going to stay up. Ipswich the other night they went down 10 men United. You and I watched the game, right?
Yeah,
right?
awful.
They drew 2-2 at half time. Couldn't keep another clean sheet after that. They're all three going to go down, mate. They're all in their own way. They're all kind of bums, really, aren't they? And that's not just but I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean that because it's not their fault. Southampton have come up.
Whose fault is it?
Well, it's the money, the difference in the money, the finances.
I know, but Leicester, Leicester are a big football club. Won the Premier League.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Facilities.
I don't know who to blame then. Ipswich, I've got more sympathy with Ipswich than I do any others. Southampton have been up and down the Premier League. So have Leicester. Leicester have won it not that long ago. What, 7 years ago, something?
17?
10 years ago, whatever it was, right? 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago, right? When the FA Cup in that time as well. They've been in Europe. Ipswich, they've achieved above and beyond what anyone thought they might be able to achieve to get where they are today, right? So I've got more sympathy with them. But Southampton the other night, mate, Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea... We're on a real struggling for confidence, right?
Yeah.
Southampton turn up
4-0.
Bash. There you go. Smash them 4-0, and it was easy. And we're not quite right at the minute, Chelsea. That was an easy game. I watched West Ham tonight. Then didn't get a second gear. Leicester they offered nothing, mate. No fight. I don't quite know the Ruud van Nistelrooy appointment, mate. That is a very very bizarre choice.
Yeah, I know.
Very bizarre.
He hoodwinked him, I think. He done all right. Listen, he done all right as Man United manager after Erik ten Hag. Won a few games, had easy fixtures, they had good players, and he just said go and play. And
well, maybe I think keeping him.
I think they hoodwink people.
Well, maybe Man United should have kept Van Nistelrooy because he was doing all right.
Yeah,
I'm not saying brilliant. They brought in Amrin,
and that's been a disaster.
And then he's gone to Leicester. I mean, both of them had absolute stinkers.
Yeah, it's a bad appointment. What does Ruud van Nistelrooy know about fighting out a relegation battle? Like, come on. Come on. You need some experience there in that situation to try and find a team to get over the line. I'm watching them. I'm like, I see a wide free kick, second half.
I know, you and I watch. I know, Jay.
And it's like they're in a good area. They're 2-0 down. Put a decent quality ball into the box or work something to get a little ball in the box. And they just float one to the back post.
No, but Jay,
it's a nothing ball. And they head it out. Comes off a goal kick. And you're like, what is that? I
reckon that free kick, whatever they were trying to do, there was no routine. There was nothing behind it.
Nothing.
There was no movement. It was to the far post, overhit, poorly executed. Everyone's made a run towards the middle of the goal or near post. No one's gone near the ball. I'm thinking that I reckon League One could do a better free kick routine than that. It was pretty terrible.
I said to you League One, and you said it's worse.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You'd be this if I was managing Billericay. Again, and they put in a corner like that or a wide free kick. I go,
so there was no effort. There's no thought. There's no thought.
What is that?
No, it's just
where's the quality? It's Premier League football players.
It's dog and duck.
It really was dog and duck. Leicester going down. As simple as that. You can have your say in it. West Ham fans. Graham Potter's doing a half-decent job. Look, it's still going to be a bad season for you, 16th in the table.
Yeah,
but
Potter's all right.
Potter could, build something there.
It's okay.
Do you think that he could sort it out? I think
next season, it's all about next season for West Ham, Everton, Manchester United, maybe Spurs. But those teams down there, sack managers, got new managers. It's all about next season, man. Survive this, build for now, and what we can achieve for next season.
All right, let's go to Gaz. He's a Leicester fan. All right, Gaz?
How you doing?
All right, Gaz.
All right, Gaz. How are you feeling after watching that?
Disgusted. But you know what? After the King Power performance against West Ham, where we won, and West Ham had 31 chances on goal, I was hoping West Ham would win 31-0 tonight because Leicester City are one big joke. They're a club that are going nowhere, and that's all down to the sporting director, John Rudkin, who's literally sold the club out, sold all the assets, and replaced it with rubbish. I mean, the wild pass, he should be Ronald McDonald. You know, I mean, his haircut for a starter. You know, I won't put him in charge of an hamburger. You know, he's useless. And what I said when I first phoned up and I spoke to one of you guys before I got on air was this. Connor Cody and Hamza Chowdhury, after losing 4-0 at Newcastle, are walking off the pitch laughing. I mean, I'm not being funny, but what's funny? When people are paying that sort of money to go all the way to Newcastle to support you, and you're walking off the pitch after a 4-0 defeat laughing.
Listen, you got to wait there. Let's head back to the London Stadium, though. talkSPORT Sam Matterface is with Graham Potter.
Graham, congratulations. No Premier League game is easy, but was that more of a simple night than you were expecting tonight?
No, like you say, nothing's simple, nothing straightforward. Everything's complex. But I thought we controlled the first half well, drove Leicester back, limited them to turnovers and transitions, and were able to sustain our attacks and keep them in their half, which was important for us. And then obviously to score the 2 goals. Still work to do in the second half. We had a big chance with Evan to kill the game, but generally I felt in control of the game, even though we weren't. It wasn't champagne football by any stretch. But I think after the Arsenal game and back-to-back wins for us is important. So nice for us to do that.
What did you make of that chance for Evan Ferguson? Was it down to a little bit of ring rustiness?
Probably a little bit, yeah. He's normally really good in those situations. So it just happens. It was a fast breakaway and. Normally he would finish those, but that's football as well. He hasn't had much football, so we know that. But he'll score the next one.
Back-to-back victories for the first time in nearly a year for West Ham United. What does that tell us about the work that you've been doing?
Well, as I've said, we've done a lot of good things. The players have responded really well. A lot of work behind the scenes, but until you get the points, it's hard to really talk too much about that. So I'm delighted for the players that they've had, in a week, 6 points, 2 clean sheets at Arsenal and here, and 2 wins. So delighted for them.
You've got a few days now between this and the next game against Newcastle on the Monday Night Football. What do you do in between times? Rest, recuperate, recovery, or do you get on the training ground and start drilling the players again?
Well, I think we have to recover and rest firstly, and then make sure everybody's fresh and enthusiastic for the week ahead. And like I said, another really tough game and a great game against Newcastle, but we've got a bit of time now just to rest some bodies, because 2 games in 5 days with the output that we had at Arsenal was a big effort for us. So the players, they'll get a couple of days.
Do you feel this is a unique end to the season for you? It gives you a little bit of room, because of the gap you've now amassed between you and the relegation zone, to do some preparatory work for your assault on the Premier League next season?
Well, I think every game that you play in the Premier League is a chance to find out more and more about your players, more about the team, the club, etc. So at the same time, you want to go into every game trying to take the 3 points, because that's the demand of the Premier League. So we just focus on the next day, the next training session, the next match, and see where that takes us.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.